Hey everyone, Wes here for Family Gamer TV, and today we're going to be talking Angry Birds Transformers, and more specifically the telepods toys and Jenga toys that will be supporting the game when it launches on October the 15th. Now, we've shown you some promo shots before of the toys, but we've got a whole host more for you today. Some of these from San Diego Comic-Con and some of them direct from Hasbro themselves. And that's where we'll start. So if we head over to Hasbro.com and do a little search for Angry Birds Transformers, we'll see a whole host of the toys and characters that are going to be available to use in the game. Now, the Jenga toys appear to be a little bit bigger. They don't appear to transform, and obviously they're used with the Jenga sets to blast your way through a whole host of blocks. Some of the Jenga sets available will be the Optimus Prime battle game and the Bumblebee battle game. So the Optimus Prime battle game has a large version of Hal, who plays Grimlock in Angry Birds Transformers, and again you're punching holes through him. He's made of blocks. And then you've got the Bumblebee battle game, the Bumblebee battle game, which sees you pitted against, I think it might be Galvatron rather than Megatron, and I think he has like an Angry Birds Decepticon icon in the middle of his chest, which I think you have to try and hit, and hoping that his limbs and stuff all fall off when you hit that, because he doesn't look like he's made from blocks. You can buy an Energon Racers pack, which includes 5 of the figures. Looks like it's Optimus Prime, Soundwave, Lockdown, Starscream, and a different coloured version of Hal playing Grimlock. So again, some different variants of these figures in there too. So there's a little bit of information there on the Hasbro website itself. And we can see a few more promo shots of these figures from a Transformers fan site called Transformers Columbia. At least I think it's a fan site. It might also be an official outlet. I'm not really sure because my Colombian's not that great. If you're into Transformers, these guys are mad for Transformers as well as the Angry Birds stuff. So go there and you won't believe the wild pictures they've got of the Transformers collections they own. But we can see, again, these sets in various stages of transformation. You can see the vehicles and the robots here. And I think the idea is that the heads of these pop off when they transform, possibly. Well, maybe they don't. Maybe they do stay on. But simple, very basic transformations to turn them into robots. They are very simplistic robots. So if you're looking for full-featured Transformers with Angry Birds Transformers, you're not going to get that. But they do transform, which I think is quite remarkable in itself. They've also got some what they call a lifestyle shots of the Angry Birds Transformers toys. So we can see the Jenga sets being used here. And we've got the set featuring what I think is Galvatron, with that Decepticon symbol in the middle. So a Jenga set where you're trying to hit the target and explode him into bits. Then you've got the set that features Hal as Grimlock, which has a more traditional Jenga style with the blocks in the middle of Hal's body frame, and then you're firing your characters at the blocks, trying to hit the pigs and knock out as many blocks as possible, I guess. Possibly not trying to release a few of the special blocks. Maybe you lose if you release those. And that set features a car version of Galvatron, well, not a car, a truck version of Galvatron, which if you've seen the latest film, you'll be familiar with that version of him, and Optimus Prime as well. Now, it's interesting to see the mix and range of characters that we've got with Angry Birds Transformers. It seems to go all the way back through to G1, through cartoons and films. There are various different Transformers pulled from all the different eras, obviously some from the latest film as well. And then obviously given that Angry Birds spin that we're now getting used to with things like Angry Birds, Star Wars, etc. So over at a couple of Transformers fan sites, there were a number of photos posted from San Diego Comic-Con, giving us a much closer look at some of these figures in a real environment. So starting with TFW 2005, they have a whole gallery here of Angry Birds images. You've got the standee from the San Diego Comic-Con, and then we get a look at some of the packaging here. So you can see the Optimus Prime Bird Raceway, packaging, which features Ultimate Megatron Pig and Ultimate Optimus Prime Bird. There are two versions of Optimus Prime, the red one and the blue one. And you can see Ultimate Megatron Pig in more detail, black with kind of purple bits and pieces. And there's Optimus Prime. And then there's a full look at the Raceway. Quite a sizable set, comparable to the Raceway set we got with Angry Birds Go. And check out our previous videos on Angry Birds Go to look at all the toys that you can get with that game. Now, obviously, they feature the telepods. And here, I think it's the Matrix of Leadership, which is used to represent the telepod. The telepod is effectively just a little magnifying glass that allows the QR code, the special code on the bottom of the Transformers Angry Birds toys, to be recognized and then transport that character into your game. So here we can see a few of the characters. We've got Bumblebee Bird and Heatwave, played by Terrence, Lockdown and Galvatron, Soundwave there at the edge of the screen. We've got the black version of Hal as Grimlock there, you can see. This is the special Energon Racer version, I think. There we go. We've also got Energon Racer versions of Soundwave, Lockdown and Starscream. And these are kind of transparent. You can see, kind of crystal looking. Also here we've got the battle pack with Sentinel Prime Bird and the Decepticon Bludgeon. Now what else have we got for you? There's Ultramagnus transformed in his white truck version. And if we keep scooting through these images, we'll hopefully get some closer looks at the Jenga toys as well. So here you can see that Optimus Prime attack set in greater detail. A couple of pigs there, Deceptihogs, in the middle of Hal. You're obviously trying to knock out those blocks or take out those Deceptihogs. Perhaps trying to avoid those red blocks as you do. And then a closer look at the version of Optimus Prime in that Jenga set. You can see he's got some wings there as well to help him fly into the target. And as far as I'm aware, the Jenga ones don't transform. They're much bigger though, so if you're after a bigger, more detailed vehicle version of the Transformers, then that would be the way to go. And here you can see Galvatron, also in this set. Fans of the film will recognise that version of him. And here's the other Jenga set. So this is the one with, well, I think that's Galvatron. It could be another version of Megatron. They're looking very similar. Obviously, Galvatron is the enhanced version of Megatron, thanks to Unicron. So here I think you have to hit that Decepticon chest plate, and hopefully that pops him apart. And you get Bumblebee to do that with. Bumblebee has no wings though. Poor Bumblebee. He's going to struggle to fly without those wings. And then you can also buy separate figures for the Jenga set, and we saw some of these on the Hasbro site. So here we have Mustachioed Pig Soundwave, Lockdown, and of course Galvatron. But you may have already got Galvatron in one of the other sets. And we got Heatwave, played by Terrence. Terrence, my favourite Angry Birds character. He flattens everything in his path in most games. And I'm hoping we get a chance to play as him in a kind of racing mode in Angry Birds Transformers. Oh, and here you can see a close-up of the Jenga set with the head of Bumblebee actually being able to be disconnected from the car. So you can, in theory, just play with the cars as traditional cars. You don't even need to have the Angry Birds heads on them. Or maybe you can chuck those at your brother and sister. And, oh, also, if we go back to the Optimus Prime attack, you can see one of the pigs in that set is actually Starscream. But just the head version. Now we're looking more at the playset. So this is the Optimus Prime Raceway, and a closer look at Optimus Prime Bird and Ultimate Megatron Pig, which we've already seen. Different angle on the Raceway. And then the layout as it was at San Diego Comic-Con. I've got to say, quite fancy one of those for my son's bedroom. He'd love that on the wall. A bit of Optimus Prime versus Megatron. Now the trailer, which we've seen previously, seems to suggest that the Autobirds and Deceptihogs are going to be teaming up against some foe, some egg-like foe. But as we said, we've not seen actual gameplay yet. and we're just speculating at this point, but we will let you know as soon as we get anything on that. And we also have a few shots of the individual characters in their packaging, courtesy of tformers.com, and we'll take a look at a few of those for you. So let's see what we've got over here. Now, this image should show a few of the characters. So you can buy the individual packs, so each character available in an individual pack, and then there's the Energon Racers pack that includes all 5. So here we've got Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Heatwave, Lockdown, and Galvatron. Along with that, we have a few images, I think, of the reverse of the packaging. So we'll take a quick look at that and see if that shows us anything insightful. So if you look at the rear of the character packs, just shows how they transform and how you apply them to the app, so how you use them on the telepod. And if we look at the rear of the Jenga packs, let's see what they look like. So let's pick the HAL Jenga pack, and it just shows the different pieces that are going to be in there, and obviously inside it's going to show you how to put that together. So that's quite a big look at a number of the Angry Birds toys. In fact, pretty much all of them, I think, they're going to be released alongside the game. Now, here in the UK, we had to wait quite some time until the Jenga sets started appearing. The Jenga part of the app was a DLC that you could purchase to unlock, but if you bought one of the playsets, it auto-unlocked it in the app. Now, I'd imagine the same is going to be true with Angry Birds Transformers, so hopefully they won't keep us waiting too long for those Jenga sets. And we can buy the toys to unlock the digital version as well. So at the moment, what can we expect from this game? Well, it's got to have some kind of racing in there. We know it's going to have some kind of battling with Autobirds versus Decepticons. We know there's going to be some Jenga in there, and we think there's going to be some team up between Autobirds and Deceptihogs too. And if I keep mixing up my Autobots and my Decepticons and my Deceptihogs and my Autobirds, apologies for that, it's getting confusing. So that's what we know so far. Stay tuned for more, but leave us a comment and let us know what you think this game is going to look like. What's the gameplay going to be like in Angry Birds Transformers, and what do you want? Do you just want to fling some birds at stuff, or do you want to drive and transform and battle? Well, that's all we've got time for today. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our Angry Birds Transformers videos. And of course, stay tuned for more from Family Gamer TV.